What's up, everybody? Crash here. Welcome back to Crash Against the Spread, where we talk about sports from a betting perspective. It is Monday, June 10th, and we have two games to talk about today. If you do like the content, just like the video, subscribe to the channel. That's a bigger help than you really think. Getting into yesterday, we had 6 picks yesterday. We went 3-3, so we lost a little bit of money. But we hit the Celtics minus the 6.5. They won by 7. So if you caught that 7 that I was talking about, you pushed. But Boston still just looks like the slightly better team, but only in the first half. So that's been their MO all season. If the Mavericks can keep up with them in the first half, they can probably overcome them in the second. So we'll be looking at that when they go back to Dallas. We had the Lynx to beat the Seattle Storm. They won 83-64. We had Phoenix and Dallas, and we also had the under in Phoenix and Dallas. They went to overtime, so that under didn't hit. And Phoenix won it in overtime by 7, 90-7-90. So we hit the spread, missed the total. We missed the total in the NBA game also, and we missed the total in the Liberty and Mystics game. I think the Mystics are just a no defense type of team. I'm going to look into that a little further. But I thought the Liberty were also a heavily defensive team, but they probably have a pretty good offense, being 9-1 also, or 10-1, I think. So diving deeper into WNBA, starting to pay attention to these games a little more. That's why I'm betting them, so I can pay attention to them, because otherwise I wouldn't. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Not a bad day. We learned some stuff. We hit the NBA play. And on to today. Going into today, we have one WNBA game, and we have the Stanley Cup game 2. So let's do the hockey game first. We have the Oilers at the Panthers. Oilers are plus 118, plus 120, something around there. Panthers are minus 135, minus 140. And totals at 5.5 again. I like the under again. Bobovsky, we'll call him Bob, played outstanding, 32 saves on 32 shots. Definitely a brick wall out there. So once again, we'll put my faith in him. That would be my favorite play of today, is the under 5.5 goals in the Panthers and Oilers game. I also parlayed that with the Panthers to win. So I'm trying to get plus 200 with those two plays. That's just where I'm at. Growing up, I played basketball, baseball, football, and soccer. Never played hockey. So hockey's the one that I'm learning, getting most used to. Been to a couple Panthers games out here, so I'm kind of hooked. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Put my faith in Bob again. I've been listening to a bunch of talk on the game. Apparently, because I didn't get to watch it, the Oilers outplayed the Panthers. Looking at the stats, there was 32 shots on goal for the Oilers. Panthers only had 17 shots on goal. So definitely a lot more offense for the Panthers, or for the Oilers. And Panthers were able to just get a couple through their goalie. So I don't expect a complete turnaround, because Bob has been that guy all season. Since I've been following the Panthers, he's been that guy. So playoff time, even if he lets 1 or 2 go, and the Panthers are still able to get their 3, that gets us to 5, which is under the 5.5. So under, I think, is still the best play. Panthers pick might just be a homer pick, but Panthers money line. So that's where I'm at on the hockey game. The WNBA game, we have the Indiana Fever and the Connecticut Sun. Caitlin Clark coming off a 30-point game, her career high. What they didn't tell you is she's coming off a 3-point game the game before that. So that was a bounce back spot for her. And that was against the New York Liberty, where they held the whole team to 68 points. It was 104-68. So bounce back spot against a bad Mystics team. They won 85-83 and did not cover the 2.5, 3.5 point spread. So they did get their third win, and the total went over. Connecticut is coming off a loss, their first loss of the season, to that same New York Liberty team, 82-75. And that game went over the total. So they're trying to get a win coming off that loss. They're 9-1 on the season. So I do think Connecticut will win this game. I think that Connecticut can. This spread is pretty big. I would be on the Fever, if anything, on the spread. They've played twice already. They're blown out. The Sun blew out the Fever in game 1. What was the total? It was 92-71. So they won by 21. With a total of 166. So barely went under at 163. In the second game, they lost by 4 with a total of 164. So it went over. It got to 172. So now we have a super big spread with Connecticut coming off a loss, Indiana coming off a win, and the total is lower than both of the first totals that blew over this 159 number. So that definitely feels like a bait situation to get everybody on the Fever and the over, which is what I was initially leaning to, but now I feel it's kind of trappy, so I don't know if I want to play that or not. Definitely don't want to play Connecticut at -11. At this number, I'd play over or pass. So Fever, Sun over 159.5 or pass for me. So that's what I'm going to play. I am going to watch a little bit of this game. It's on NBA TV tonight. So I'll at least watch the first half before I put on the Stanley Cup game, but I'll be paying attention to it either way. So those will be my picks. Under 5.5 in the hockey game, over 159.5 in the Fever and Sun WNBA game. So lock those in. Let's get this money. We'll be back tomorrow for whatever sports are on.